Hello, 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 and welcome. For a minute there, I thought I froze. I might have frozen. Anyway, welcome, 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 and happy Monday. It's been a little while since I've been here, and I'm looking like a hot mess right about now, so excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're not sure, you are watching, you are listening to Joanne's Healing Within. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I am the founder of Holistic Fitness and Why, located in Queens, and I do work with women over 40, reminding them that wait till they're friend and helping them to get strong. I am also a holistic integrated teacher, licensed and certified holistic personal trainer, Reiki master, medical astrologer, master of numerology, card creator, and card reader. And I'm super excited to be here with you today. So what we're going to do before we dive into this conversation for today is let's go ahead and share the show out. So I'm going to do the same. So give me a second just to get to where we have to get to. And we're going to share it out. Technology is just so much fun today. So I'm going to share. And hopefully you're going to do the same. So take a moment just to share the show to all of your great groups that you belong to and your friends that you think would benefit from being here today and everything else for that matter. So there you have it. All right, now that we got that out of the way, I just want to open that up. Whoops. That was a bit loud, don't you think? So again, welcome, 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 and happy Monday. It is Monday, Moon Day. It's just about 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And again, I'm super glad to be here with you today. I want to give a shout out to my partners in crime that makes this show run when it runs. So we're going to start off with Joe Monkman, who is our personal development trainer. And there's a flyer that's going to pop up somewhere along the line. And then we have Kitty Bouderay Force. She is the storyteller of astrology, reader of the stars. And last but not least, we have Linda Deveris, who is the TV host. And believe it or not, she's the host of one of the shows here, Healing on the Go. She's an author, and Reiki healer. So a big applaud for my partners that you make the show run when it runs. And in case you're not familiar, that we are on a new time and a new day. So if you've been wondering where I've been for, I don't know, last couple of weeks, the show airs live the first Monday of the month at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you put it on your calendar, set your alarm clock, do whatever it is you need to do to make sure you come and join me. Because when I do get here on live, I share some wisdomful insight with you all about fitness, health, wellness, nutrition, astrology, crystals, essential oils, and maybe even doing a little healing work as well. Anything is possible here. And of course, pulling harder too. So I want to say hello to everyone who's joining me live. So hi. Super excited to have you with me. So today's topic is all about the Ascension symptoms and retrogrades. So before I dive into all of that, I do want to go ahead and share some insight with you based on the energy that we are experiencing today. Those of you who do follow astrology, you're going to understand the language that I'm speaking. And those of you who may be new to astrology or maybe haven't even started opening up your awareness to astrology, just hang in there with me. You can always come back later and rewatch and take some notes and go explore all the information that I will be sharing. So to start off with today, which is July 15, 2024, we have what's called a square between Mars and Uranus. Now, in theory, Mars and Uranus really do not a square, sorry, a conjunction, really do not want to work together. They don't like working together. Mars is about action, it's war, it's aggressiveness, it's like, I want to get going. And right now, both of those signs are sitting in Taurus energy, which is about your physical body, it's about your physical possessions, it's how you value all of that as well, and of course, money. So where you have Taurus on your natal chart is being lit up right now. And of course, wherever you have Mars or Uranus on your natal chart is also being lit up at this time too. So I spoke about Mars. Now when we talk about Uranus is about being the rebel, breaking all the rules, creating chaos. And also for that matter, as I like to refer to, a midlife crisis. So when Uranus is playing, specifically when it goes through a retrograde, which is not a retrograde just yet, that will take place in September, that's when we may very well start to feel like we're going through a midlife crisis. And again, for those of you who have Taurus on your chart and Uranus in the same placement, then this is definitely going to be a big energy field for you. So keeping in mind that this conjunction that we do have between Mars and Uranus is creating some chaos, is creating the opportunities for you to take some action in something. Some area of your life is being lit up at this very moment, and it's being lit up because there's something that you're supposed to be taking charge of. You're either supposed to be ending something or perhaps even starting something new. You may be asking yourself, during a retrograde, I should be starting something new. You may have the energy and the motivation by these two planets working in Taurus to start something up that's new. So you will need to take a look at your chart and see where both of these planets are on your chart, where their placements are, and that itself will give you some insight. So for example, let's just say, for argument's sake, you do have Taurus in the first house. That's your I am statement. So you may be taking action to change your appearance, change your demeanor altogether. And let's say you have Taurus in your 10th house, which is your MC. That's your public view. That's where people see you, and that is definitely about your workspace. So paying attention to where you have Taurus on your chart. So what I like to do before we end up taking a commercial break at some point is I'm going to pull a card and see what we need to know for today's energy, and how that will light up our theme for today. So the card for today, interesting card, and it is very interesting because it's about family. And when we speak about Taurus energy, it is about our physical material possessions. It's about our relationships. And recently, Venus, the planet of love, beauty, money, relationships, value, and of course your physical body, is very much associated with family as well. So maybe some of the chaos that may be showing up happens to be taking place at home, or just with a family member in general, whether it's blood related or not. The chakra here is the heart center. So this is really about allowing yourself to push down into your heart and let your heart open up so you can be more compassionate, more kind, and maybe even have more grace and peace for yourself based on all that you may be experiencing during this energy field. Interesting, the number that's showing up here, because it's actually the mirror of the date for the day, the 15th. So when we think about that 15th, it reduces down to a 6 energy. So when you think about that 6 energy, it's about your schedule, it's about your routine, it's about healing and nurturing, it's your body system, it's your nervous system, and it's about taking care of your body. And what I always like to say when we talk about the body itself, your body is your biggest teacher. Your body tells you when things are out of balance. Your body tells you when it needs something. Now it's your responsibility to start learning to pay attention to the signs that your body is trying to tell you, the information that your body is giving you. So it's about becoming more aware and more tuned and tapping into your intuition. And we're going to be talking more about our body, the connection we have with our body, based on the fact that today's show is titled Ascension Symptoms and Retrogrades, and how they come together, and why you, me, and many other people may be experiencing some physical symptoms going on in our bodies, and what does it actually mean for us. So I'm going to leave it with that. And before we take that commercial break, 2 things I like to happen here. If possible, I like to bring up that partner video commercial that we have, so our viewers can see. There we go. Our partners there. We have Joe Monkman, our personal development trainer, Kitty Bouderay Foss, which is our storyteller of astrology, reader of the stars, and then Linda Devaris, which is TV host, author, and a Reiki healer. So those are our amazing partners that make the show run week after week, month after month, month after month. And then the next flyer I would love to have up is my flyer. So if you guys want to reach out to me, you could do so. Well, that's a nice flyer too. And we'll talk more about that later, all about the Woo Summit. That's an event that I'm going to be speaking at. Since it's up, I might as well talk about it. Yes, that's taking place on August 6th. But there is another flyer with my information on it. And if in case it doesn't pop up, if you'd like to reach out to me, you can do so by emailing healingwithin76@gmail.com, or for those who have access, you can scan the QR code and reach out to me. So all that being said, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I'm going to be right back to talk about more about the Ascension symptoms and all these retrogrades and what it all means for all of us. I'll be right back. Did you know that astrology and numerology are the keys to helping you raise your vibration, understanding your unconscious behaviors, and will help you discover who you are from a soul level? Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the founder of Holistic Fitness located in Queens. Your certified and licensed holistic personal trainer, holistic integrated teacher, Reiki master, medical astrologer, master of numerology, card creator, and card reader. I would love for you to come join me every Sunday for 12 weeks to discover your astrological and numerology makeup. For more information, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I look forward to helping you bridge the spiritual and physical realms as you experience a body and soul transformation. Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I am super excited to be here. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I'm so excited you're here with me as well. Hopefully you caught the very beginning of today's show, and if not, of course, I always come back and just give you a briefing to what I discussed in the first part of the show. The most important part of the show is the card reading, which I always believe is the real most important part, because this is the part that helps you to heal. So let's dive right into the card color, which is the heart center. And the heart center is extremely important right now. And just to bring into a ascension symptom here based on the heart chakra, if you are experiencing anxiety, heart palpitations, even maybe your blood pressure may be elevating a little bit, a lot of that could very well be related to all the energy that we are experiencing between the Mars and Uranus conjunction, and then of course the retrograde we are experiencing right now, and a whole lot of the other energies that's coming through over the next week, which I'll talk a little bit about that shortly. So we also have the word family, and family may be the very thing you need as your lesson. So there could be somebody in your family that may be breaking some of the rules, they may be creating some chaos, they may be taking charge, or maybe that is you. So pay attention to what's going on in your family and what you're learning from your family members, because every one of them are a teacher to you. That 1-5 is reminding you of the 6. In numerology, the number 6 is associated with healing and taking care of yourself. In astrology, the number 6 is represented by Virgo's energy. It's the 6th house energy, so it's about your physical body, your nervous system, your routine, and most importantly, making sure you have strength training in that routine, so you ladies over 40 can be strong and healthy as you age, because it's going to be something you're going to need down the road. Even for you men down there over 40, you also need to strength train. So that's about our card for today. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of our conversation and see what comes up in today's conversation. So, as I mentioned, the word ascension symptoms. So if you're not familiar with the term ascension just means there's an elevation. There's a upgrade, there's an up leveling, and every one of us are experiencing upgrades. Oh my God, every single day. Every time we go to bed at night, we're experiencing downloads of wisdom. Have you ever wondered why some mornings you wake up and you have all this wealth of knowledge and you have no idea where you got it from? Well, that's because you received downloads in your sleep hours. And for some of you, you may even be crossing over and gaining some spiritual wisdom as well. And then, of course, you come back to share that. So the ascension is the elevation that you're experiencing. And when we think about all these planets that's shifting, transiting, and even in retrograde, those planets are actually helping us through our ascension, elevating our frequency, helping us to become a, I don't want to use the word better version of ourselves because we're the best version that we're ever going to be. It's really about seeing ourselves as that best version that we are already. So when we think about the word retrograde, in case you're not familiar with that terminology, retrograde just means that the energy of that planet, whatever the planet is, starts to slow down to give you, me, and everybody else an opportunity to review, reflect, reboot, recharge, revisit, and possibly even release some lessons that we have learned based on the energy of that specific planet. So let's talk about Pluto, as Pluto is one of the planets that are retrograde. Pluto is currently retrograde in Aquarius and started its retrograde on May 2nd and will retrograde to October 11th. However, by September 1st, Pluto will backspin into Capricorn. So let me break this down a little bit for you so you have a better understanding, so you can understand the language, because that's really what this is about, it's the language. When we speak about Aquarius energy, and keep in mind, we all have Aquarius energy in our chart. You may not necessarily have planets there, but you definitely have Aquarius on your chart. We all carry all 12 zodiac signs on our chart, and we all carry all the 12 houses, and every house represents a specific zodiac sign. So we talk about Aquarius. Aquarius is a vision. It's your community, it's your collaboration, it's the groups you come together with. So with Pluto being an Aquarius, this is about us really looking for the people that support us on our journey, supports us on our vision for that matter. So paying attention to the people you're hanging out with and making sure you have more people in your corner that has their pom-poms out, rooting you on based on whatever it is you're looking to do, no matter how small or big the endeavor is, and no matter how silly the endeavor may sound. Those people are your troopers. They're going to support you no matter how silly it is, and they're not going to question it. And with Pluto being in retrograde in Aquarius, this is a time where Pluto may, as it is the transformer, may come around and start taking things away from you that no longer serves your energy. So perhaps since May 2nd, you might have noticed that people, places, and things that you used to do have faded away. And maybe some new things are working their way in. And if not, they will be. So then when we think about Pluto backspinning into Capricorn, Capricorn is the work we're here to do. It's your achievements, it's your sex, your fame, your masculine energy for that matter. It's what you're here to achieve and what you're here to do on your soul's work. Not your 9 to 5, not your 3D energy, but your soul's work energy. And it's really important that we get in this understanding of our soul's work versus our 3D's work. Our 3D work theoretically is based on logic and ego, and that's the work we do so we can maintain our material lifestyle. Where our soul's work, that's the work that we literally sign the contract for in reference to what it is we are supposed to complete in this lifetime that we are here on this earth, serving others. So before I go further into this conversation on Capricorn, I do want to say hello to everybody else who's hopping in. I see you there, Valerie. Hello, hello, hello. So when we talk about Capricorn's energy, it is about your soul's work. So if you are doing or participating in a job that isn't aligned with your soul purpose, then you may be one of those people that during this Pluto's retrograde, when it backspins into Capricorn, you may be one of those people that may find yourself without a job. Or you may be taking that step on your own to decide that this job no longer serves me, and you're in the process of looking for something that does. There are a lot of people that are in the process of changing careers, and that's a big emphasis of this Pluto retrograde. And when we think about changing careers, that itself could create some ascension symptoms in our bodies, because it brings in uncertainty, it brings in fear, it brings in worry, it brings in doubt, it brings in nervousness for that matter. However, there's really no reason for it to, because again, if you are in service and you are literally in the process of working towards finding what serves your purpose, then there's nothing to be worried about, because then you can begin to trust this process that you are actually in. And that's a beauty within itself, is trusting the process that you are in. So then, in addition to our Pluto being in retrograde now, why is it called retrograde cycle or retrograde season? Well, when we have more than one planet retrograding at the same time, whether they retrograde, they start their retrogrades at the exact same time, or they start their retrograde like as a domino effect, that's classified as a retrograde season, where we have multiple planets in retrograde. And when we have multiple planets in retrograde, that means there's going to be a lot of reviewing, a lot of evaluating. It's like the teacher sitting in front of the class and looking at your notebook and evaluating all the work you've done in the last, let's say, semester or the last year, and looking to see if you've done what you had to do. And if not, there may be pages that might be taken out of that book, because there may be things that you may have to go back and review. And that means those lessons, they end up showing up in your life right now. And that's what the retrograde season's about, is something that shows up again, known as a pattern. That may mean because there's something that you have to do some work on, or here's the fun part, maybe it's showing up to show you how much work you have already done. And that happens too. So I want you to recognize the two, that if you have an experience that you end up saying to yourself, oh my God, this lessons is showing up again, I still have work to do, because that's usually my reaction. And then I remind myself that no, this lesson may be showing up because it's showing me how much work I have already done. And when I recognize that, then I put pen to paper to remind myself of everything I've accomplished based on that lesson and what I learned about myself during that retrograde cycle. So before I dive into the second retrograde, I think what we're going to do, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then I'm going to come back and talk about the second retrograde, and actually talk about the second and third retrograde. And then towards the end, I'm going to spend a lot more time talking about different ascension symptoms that may be showing up for you, and give you some information about them and what you can do about it. So we're going to take that quick commercial break, and before we do, let's get that flyer up there of me with my QR code so people can scan it. There you go. And once again, I say this every month, I need to add my email address to this flyer, so somebody please remind me to do just that. My email is healingwithin76@gmail.com. You can grab that QR code if you're capable of doing that with your phone. Otherwise, again, you can just email healingwithin76@gmail.com. We're going to take that quick commercial break. Give me a chance to get some water, and I'll be right back.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
Hello everyone, my name is Linda DeVitas. I am the owner and founder of HealingsOnTheGo.com. Psychic clairvoyant medium, certified healer, Reiki healer, dolphin healer, professional space clearer, candle manifestation channeling. I am an author of my own book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light. I also do past life regression. I offer a lot of services, so check me out at HealingsOnTheGo.com and check out my service page. See you there.
Hi everyone, Kitty Buda Foss, the storytelling astrologer, reader of the stars, and I'd like to invite you to join me on Intuition of the Soul on Facebook, a free private Facebook group where I post a daily energy reading all about how you can navigate your day. Also reach out at intuitionofthesoul11@gmail.com if you want a personalized reading to find out about how your circuitry works. Namaste.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. And once again, if you are just tuning in right now, please, at the end of the show, please come back and rewatch, and you can by watching on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, YouTube. And if you want to listen to it because you may want to multitask, you could do so by listening from iHeartRadio, Audible, Spotify, and that's just to name a few. Anyway, great topic going on right now, as today's title is about Ascension symptoms and retrogrades. And we have a whole lot of retrogrades going on right now. We literally have 3 retrogrades as we speak going on. And by the end of, oh goodness gracious, by the first week in August 5th for that matter, we will have a 4th planet joining the cycle of retrogrades. So let's dive into the next retrograde, which is about Saturn. Now, Saturn is about our structure, our foundation, our discipline. It's also about our karmic reset and karmic completions. Many people get confused when we talk about Saturn's energy and karmic energy. Many people think it's about, well, what goes around comes around. No, it's not really about that at all. It really is more about your karmic energy. What have you not fulfilled is going to resurface for you to fill it. And that's really what this is about. Again, as I said about Pluto's energy, where Pluto comes in and destroys what no longer serves you. If you're holding on to something that's really outdated, Pluto destroys it. Well, Saturn in its retrograde in Pisces, by the way, and Pisces being the last astrological zodiac sign, which means we are ending an astrological cycle once Saturn transits out of Pisces. And Pisces is about bringing things into flow. Pisces is your intuition, your psychic abilities, your higher knowing, your higher consciousness, your energy to like be in that freedom space. But it's also about your addictions. So if for whatever the reasons are, you have chaos going on in your life, or you're overwhelmed by all these retrogrades that we are experiencing, you may very well be falling back into an addiction. So this could be a really great time to start evaluating whether or not that's something you want to be doing. Now, Saturn will be retrograde, started its retrograde back in June 30th, and it will stay retrograde until November 15th. So thank goodness Saturn will not be retrograde during Thanksgiving. So praise the Lord on that, because we would not need to experience that energy at that point in time. In fact, for most of our retrogrades, we will be pretty much, I like to say, we'll be retrograde free by the holiday season. Although we do have other planets that have not yet retrograde, and they'll be retrograding later in the year. Although we will have, I shouldn't say we won't have any planets retrograde during holiday, because we will. We're going to have Uranus retrograding. Uranus will retrograde on September 1st, and don't have the exact date to how long Uranus will retrograde to. So if that's something you would like to know, so you can put on your calendar, here's an opportunity to reach out to me to ask that question so I can give you that information. And again, you can email, and that email will show up later. So when we think about Saturn's retrograde in Pisces, this is again reviewing what needs to be into flow. Give me 1 second. Let's grab a little water. Talking about water and coughing, I'm sort of like blending in the Ascension symptoms as they show up. So coughing is definitely an Ascension symptom because it's part of the throat chakra. Interesting enough, though, the throat chakra is associated with Taurus energy. So that's very much associated with the conjunction we're experiencing between Mars and Uranus. So if any of you have been experiencing scratchy throat, sore throats, excuse me, coughing a lot, maybe even itchy ears, that's a symptom related to this Taurus energy with those 2 planets that's sitting in Taurus right now. So anyway, let's go back to Saturn. So Saturn is about your discipline, your structure, your foundation, and it's about your karmic cycle. It's a reset. And wherever you have Saturn on your chart, excuse me, whatever house you have Saturn on your chart, that is what's going to be lit up during this retrograde cycle. Now, for me, interesting enough, I happen to have Saturn in my Taurus house, in the 11th house. That's where I have Saturn. And that's the sign that's associated with Saturn. So it is about my physical material possessions. It's about the relationships, and it's about how I value, and it's also about the physical body. So when we talk about the foundation and your structure, we are speaking about your physical body. After all, keep in mind, as a holistic personal trainer, I'm always going to talk about your physical body. They sort of go hand in hand. So when we think about that Saturn retrograde, it's about reviewing your disciplines. Where are you disciplined, and where are you not disciplined? Pay attention to that. Where do you need to have more discipline? Where do you need to have more structure? Where do you need to, the word I'm hearing is where do you need more protection when it comes to your foundation? And being that it's in Pisces, this is really about bringing things more into flow. Now, Pisces, where you have that on your chart as well, because that is what's going to be lit up. For me, I happen to have Pisces in my 9th house. So Saturn is literally highlighting my 9th house energy because I have Venus, my Sun, and my North Node sitting in Pisces energy. So my big question to you, if you happen to know it, go ahead and put in the comments what sign you have, what house is Pisces in on your chart. And if you do know where Saturn is on your chart, put that in the comments too. I would love to know that. So in addition to Saturn being in retrograde in Pisces, we also have Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So that's 2 planets that's retrograde in Pisces. So let me break this down for you so you can understand the importance of the fact that we have 2 planets in one sign. As I said before, Pisces is the 12th zodiac sign, which means both Saturn and Neptune are ending a astrological year once both of these planets go direct. Both of these planets will move out of Pisces in 2025. And I do have that information in reference to the specific date of when that will happen, so you will know. Saturn will enter Aries on May 24th of 2025, and Neptune will enter Aries on March 30th of 2025. So put that in your calendar, mark it up in your calendar. So this way here, you'll be aware that both Saturn and Neptune will be beginning a new astrological cycle. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, how long does these planets stay in a specific sign? Saturn stays in a zodiac sign for about 2.5 to 3 years. So it's going to move a little faster than Neptune. Neptune, on the other hand, and let me see if I can pull up that information really quickly so you'll have it, and I may not be able to get that quickly because I didn't even think I was going to share that information, to be honest with you. So let me see if I can get that. Because I do know I have it here. The question is if I can get it there that quickly. Let's see if I can or not. And I don't know if I can. Anyway, if you're that interested in knowing, feel free to reach out and let me know. Or during the next commercial break, if I can find it, I'll then bring that up at that point. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about Neptune's energy. Now that we already know about Saturn, Neptune is about your higher consciousness. Neptune is about your spirituality. Neptune is about transforming the balance between your ego and your wisdom. And in the process of it being in Pisces, it is helping us evolve into the spiritual beings that we are, helping us to tap more into our spiritual gifts, helping us to be more consciously aware, helping us to be more in our highest vibration. So with knowing that, there's a high probability that you will experience some sort of ascension symptom occurring in your body. Now, when we talk about Pisces energy, Pisces is associated with your feet. Now, if you think about your feet are connected to the earth. So all that energy that's being transmuted in your feet, the soles of your feet, that's traveling upward, the same as the energy that's traveling downward. Just think about how that energy is moving through your body system. And sometimes it's moving really, really quickly. And that's where the ascension symptoms show up in our bodies, because the energy just moves just way too quickly for us. So we want to pay attention to this. So when we think about Neptune's energy in Pisces, and Neptune is going to be retrograde, or started its retrograde July 2nd, so it's fairly new, and will be retrograde right through December 7th. So we will experience the Neptune retrograde during Thanksgiving. So that would be a great time to explore your higher consciousness when it comes to family, if you happen to spend on Thanksgiving with your family members. That would be a great time to see if you could be in your highest consciousness and not be in your ego and take everything so offensively. So try that out to see if you can push through that challenge, shall you? So yes, so as I said, with both Saturn and Neptune both being retrograde in Pisces, the feet are a big process here, because Pisces is associated with the feet. So when we think about these retrogrades that's going on right now, the collective energy, and a quick note, when we talk about these retrogrades, when we think about Pluto, Pluto rules Scorpio energy. So when we talk about Scorpio, Scorpio is a water sign. So it's an emotional component there. When we think about Saturn, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, of Capricorn's energy. And where is Pluto going to eventually end up backspinning in? Capricorn. So both Pluto and Saturn are going to play a really close game together during that period of time to really help us go through a transition in regards to our structure and foundation. So they're working together to push things away that no longer really serves who you are becoming and the work that you came here to do, your soul's work. So yes, you may very well feel some energy showing up in your body. So for example, let's say you're experiencing discomfort in your hands. Let's say your hands get stiff, or you have arthritis, inflammation. It just means that there's something you're holding on to that you need to loosen the grip. You need to loosen the grip. And I bring that one up because I had a client today who I worked with, and she was mentioning about how her hands were so stiff and they hurt her so much, and they were inflamed. And we did a healing session, and to find out that yes, she's holding on to something that is pretty much outdated, and that she's got to loosen up her grip to really let it go, which is easier said than done. It will be a process for her to let it go, but I'm sure she will. So that's another, again, ascension symptom that's showing up. And it could be showing up for you as well. So paying attention to that. So now what I like to do is we're going to take another commercial break. And when I come back, we're going to talk again about one final planet that's going to begin its retrograde, and then dive in just a little bit more about the ascensions, and then come to a close, because it's just so funny on how things move really quickly on the show. So let's pull up that flyer with my QR code up. So if you do have any questions, you can scan that if you have access to. Otherwise, you can email healingwithin76@gmail.com. Send those questions to me. And of course, if you would like to schedule a astral reading, this would be a perfect time to do so, or for that matter, even a Reiki healing session, just to get that energy to move out, feel free to reach out to me. All right, we're going to take that commercial break, and I'll be right back.
Hi everyone, Kitty Beauty Wig Foss, the storytelling astrologer, reader of the stars, and I'd like to invite you to join me on Intuition of the Soul on Facebook, a free private Facebook group where I post a daily energy reading all about how you can navigate your day. Also reach out at intuitionofthesoul11@gmail.com if you want a personalized reading to find out about how your circuitry works. Namaste.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
Hello everyone, my name is Linda DeVitis. I am the owner and founder of HealingsOnTheGo.com. Psychic clairvoyant medium, certified healer, Reiki healer, dolphin healer, professional space clearer, candle manifestation channeling. I am an author of my own book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light. I also do past life regression. I offer a lot of services, so check me out at HealingsOnTheGo.com and check out my service page. See you there.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Colon. I'm super excited to have you here. Want to give out a shout out and say hello to Kerry, who I see popping in. Let me know that you are here by saying hi, and if you happen to know where each of these planets, Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, and the one I'm going to talk about next, which is Mercury, is on your chart, what house it's in, go ahead and put that in the comments. I would love to know. Because again, this is where the houses are where it's going to be lit up for you. So wherever you do have, let's say, Aquarius, because Pluto's retrograde, that house is going to be lit up for you. Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, if you whatever house Pisces is in, it's going to be lit up for you. And of course, as I said, we're going to be talking about Mercury. Now, most of us are familiar with Mercury's retrograde. Right now, we are currently in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. And what does that mean? That means we're not quite in its retrograde yet. There's a 2-week period before we start to feel that energy where we're actually in it. However, we actually do feel the energy of Mercury in the shadow period. At least for me, I tend to feel it more in the shadow period than I do when it's actually in its retrograde in itself. Mercury is associated with communication, technology, learning, teaching, writing, speaking, traveling, your schedule. It's also about cars, like driving. So again, depending on where you have your Mercury in your chart, pay attention to that energy as we are in the shadow period and as we do begin its retrograde. But with this particular retrograde, it's going to start in Virgo. So Virgo is about your routine, it's about organization, it's about decluttering. So it's going to be about decluttering your schedule. Whatever doesn't match your schedule, this is a time during the shadow period is to start getting rid of things that does not match your highest purpose, so you can make room for what does serve your purpose. Then it's going to backspin into Leo, which is, again, where Mercury is right now, in Leo, which is about your change and your freedom and your self-expression. So it's about fun and adventure and your creativity. And this is going to be taking place between August 5th right through August 28th. A very short period of time, believe it or not. And when we think about Mercury in Leo, we also have Venus in Leo. So that house, Leo energy, is being lit up. So for all of you who have Leo energy, sun, moon, or ascending, that's lighting you up, by the way, lighting you up. And for a very short period of time on July 20th, when the sun enters Leo, we're going to have 3 days where we have Venus, the sun, and Mercury all in Leo's energy, helping us to transform, to change, to move into the freedom that we're looking to move into. So again, with these 3 specific planets sitting in Leo energy, that's a lot of energy that sits right in your solar plex energy, because Leo is associated with your belly. So it's your solar plex energy. And what is it that you're not digesting? Food or situations? And if it's a situation, hold on, that you're not digesting, you may be experiencing bloatedness, constipation, gas, and also you may be running to the bathroom or releasing it out, because again, these are ascensions that we're experiencing, and if it gets caught someplace in your body, it has to come out somewhere. So paying attention to this. Want to give a shout out to Angela that's here and Julie that's here. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. I appreciate your time and your energy, considering it is late. So anyway, so that is all about Mercury energy. Remember when we talk about Mercury, Mercury is the ruler to Gemini. Gemini is all about the throat as well. It's about the ears. It's about our tongue and our tonsils. So again, paying attention to where you're feeling whatever it is you're feeling. Now, if you are experiencing some ascension symptom that I have not mentioned, feel free to put that in the comments and I'm going to see if I can respond to. Otherwise, you're welcome to email healingwithin76@gmail.com and let me know what it is you are experiencing so you and I can have a conversation so I can help you move through that energy. In fact, what I'm going to do right now, before we take another commercial break, is everybody that's watching with me right now live, every one of you share out the show. Once you share out the show, I want you to write share. If you share out the show, you're all going, every person that shares the show tonight with me live, you're going to receive a complimentary 15-minute Reiki treatment. So go ahead, I'm going to give you 5 minutes before we take that commercial break. Share it out, share it out. And then I want you to write share in the comments. If you do not write share in the comments, you're not going to be able to redeem your 15-minute complimentary Reiki treatment. And this is for everybody. So go ahead and share this out. And then I want to see share. I want to see that popping up on the screen. I want to see it pop up on the screen. There you go, Ann. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Ann, you're going to redeem. Those of you who are redeeming, who are sharing, you must message me to go ahead and redeem your 15-minute complimentary session. I am not going to be able to message all of you. So you have to reach out to me. So you have to do the footwork. Remember the footwork. So again, remembering we do have, thank you, Julie, we do have 4 planets sitting in a state of retrograde. And when we have this many planets that's going to be a retrograde at the same time, then yes, there's a major revisit that's taking place at this time. And wherever these planets are sitting on your chart, it's what's being lit up for you right now. So yes, every one of us are experiencing some sort of an ascension, and every one of us are learning something about ourselves based on a past experience and those lessons that may very well be surfacing. So if you have any questions, you have any comments, if you need support, you know where I am. All you gotta do is reach out to me, and that's the easy part, is reaching out to me. So I'm gonna pull up that my poster again with the QR code. If you have access to scanning that code, you can go ahead and scan it, which will give you my calendar, I believe. If it's not working, let me know that too. Otherwise, you can just email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And like I said, anyone who shared tonight's show, and you have to be live to share, you're going to receive a 15-minute complimentary Reiki treatment. Please go ahead and message me so you can redeem that. I will be looking for your messages over the next 24 hours so I can get you on my calendar so you can get that session, so you can take advantage of all this energy that's going on. With that being said, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and when I come back, I'm going to give you the highlights of what some of my partners, are offering to all of you. So I'm going to take that break. Did you know that retrograde season is a great time to review your health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional goals? Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the founder of Holistic Fitness located in Queens. I help women over 40 get strong and remind them that weights are their friend. I'm a certified and licensed holistic personal trainer and have been in the health, fitness, and wellness industry for 40 plus years. In the last 15 years, I have implemented many healing modalities into my practice. What does this mean for you? It means you're getting a revolutionized health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional prescription plan with you in mind. I'm a Reiki master, medical astrologer, master of numerology, card creator, and card reader. For more information, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to helping you revolutionize your health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional goals. Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and we're at the very end. And if you are just tuning in right now, please remember you can always come back and watch on the replay, and you can watch on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, YouTube, right here on Facebook. And if you want to multitask and listen, you can listen on many of the podcasts such as iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, Audible. I think it's iTunes. I'm not even sure that. Anyway, so there you have it. So I always like to share with you what my partners are offering for all of you. So we have some promos that are going on. There are flyers, so you may want to take a screenshot of the flyer, so this way here you'll have the information. This is something that's being offered by Joe Monkman, Intuitive Insight and Shamanic Healing Sessions. These are private sessions, and you can start off by getting a complimentary 15-minute session to see if you would like to go for a longer session. So reach out to him. His number is right there below. Text him, text him, text him. Then the next one is 2 cents. Here you go. There I am, and there's my good friend, Reverend Penny White. She and I will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to bring out 2 cents to the table and talk about the Energy Summit. So I'm looking forward to that for tomorrow. Then we have Words of Wisdom, the third Monday, every month at exactly 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a great class to come to because you actually will learn words that's going to raise your vibration and let go of words that no longer serve your vibration. So come join Kitty doing Words of Wisdom. Full Moon Circle. Yay. I'm super excited for this one. This is our second Capricorn full moon, which is known as a blue moon, taking place on July 24th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. Go ahead and reserve your spot. This way here, you and I can have a whole lot of fun on Wednesday, July 24th. And we also have all about the Woo Summit. I'm one of the speakers of 9. There's some amazing other speakers who will be joining. My topic is Revolutionize Health, Fitness, and Wellness. So look at the date and come join. And I think that's it. I think I've covered it all. How exciting is that? So, of course, I will be back here again on the first Monday in August, which I believe, what day is the first Monday in August? Is that actually August? Let's see. August. That's August 5th. When we have a lot of stuff going on. We will have Mercury beginning its retrograde on that day. So that should be a whole lot of fun, considering I can only imagine the topic we're going to be talking about on that particular day. So anyhow, again, pay attention to whatever ascension symptoms is showing up in your body. Do not be so quick to run and take put a Band-Aid on it, because in the long run of things, you need to work through whatever the ascension is. You need to work through whatever the symptom is. And it's not always very comfortable, but once you work through it, you will begin to feel better. And then perhaps it won't show up again. So just paying attention to wherever it is showing up. Just going to throw out one more ascension symptom. I'm sure most of you may be feeling this one. The lower part of your back. Now, when we talk about the lower part of the back, whether it's in the right, the left, or the middle, the lower part of the back is support. Perhaps where do you not feel supported? Where do you not feel seen? Where do you feel overlooked? And if you are experiencing, whether it's lower back, middle back, or upper back, keep in mind it's really about support. Upper back is all the shoulds. They should have done it this way. They should have done it this way. I should have done it this way. I shouldn't have done that at all. Middle part of the back is your community. Where do you not feel supported by your community? Now, that could be a collective energy as well. You might be feeling that in your shoulder blades. You might be feeling like someone's pulling on your shoulder blades because there's a lot of energy going on collectively. My suggestion to you is limit your media time. So if you are that person that enjoys to be in the know regarding politics, give yourself a certain amount of time to do and be in the know, and then come away from it. This way here you can protect your body and energy while doing that, so it doesn't affect your physical body. Once again, if you have questions regarding the ascension symptoms that you may be feeling, I would love to hear from you. Email healingwithin76@gmail.com. One last time, if you have not shared out the show, to go ahead and share out today's show. And if you share out tonight's show right here with me live, you're going to receive a complimentary 15-minute Reiki session. You and I will come together on Zoom. We will zoom into one area of your life that you want to work on and zap it, because that's what Reiki is all about. It's an energy healing. It moves the energy, it moves the chi, and you'll be in charge because you get to decide what it is you want to work on. I look forward to seeing you all again next month, August 5th. Until then, enjoy these retrograde seasons. Do not be afraid of them, because they're actually there to help you and teach you about you and help you to release what no longer serves your energy, so you can be more aligned with your soul purpose. After all, we are spiritual beings having many human experiences, and those human experiences are part of how we learn and how we ascend. So with that being said, have an amazing night. Namaste.